Hello, I am Jay. I'm here to show you a demo of Symphony Cubes. Okay, so first is I just want to show you a quick diagram of the setup of the infrastructure. So we have Symphony Cubes, which is in MVP sitting in AWS right now. For the purpose of the demo, we've created a simple UI that would simulate System A and System B, both sitting in AWS as well, and we have an authentication server sitting in AWS, which is used by the different systems to authenticate its communication. Right. So I am going to open first, okay, my browser. So I just want to show you quickly the composition of Symphony Cubes as of the moment. You know, more microservices to come, obviously, as we build, as we enhance the software. But in the meantime, we have POM, which stands for Policy Object Model. We've got the producer of that particular policy, whether it's an agent or a broker, and the client, which is the customer who is buying the insurance, the policy. So each would have independent microservices running, and Symphony Cubes just brings them all together to provide the service to the IT landscape. As mentioned a while ago, we have two systems or two UIs for the purpose of the demo to simulate the two systems. So we've got System A and we've got System B over here. And Symphony Cube runs in the background, and the two systems will communicate with one another via Symphony Cube. So Symphony Cubes would hold the insurance information, and it will make it readily available to System A and System B because they're both authorized to access information, that particular information within Symphony Cubes. Okay. So what I'm going to show you is a simple demonstration of creating the code and both systems basically working on the code and how real time everything is. And I'm going to show you the information that's being updated and shown and being thrown back and forth to different systems. Okay, so we are going to create a policy or a code for this matter. So I'm going to use personal auto day to day. I have two models there, by the way, auto and home, but you obviously can add more products, more geographies depending on your organization's needs. Okay, so right now, personal auto and personal home, I'm going to submit that, and that created a shell code for me. Okay, now I'm just going to run you through the details of some important fields here. Uh, excuse me. So you have the policy ID, which is a unique identifier for that particular code. Eventually, this will become a policy, so we use policy ID. Policy type code, we've chosen policy auto a while ago, so this represents what type of policy you are creating. History ID, this is very important. So every time we touch something for that particular code, particular policy, we create a snapshot of that information. So it's an immutable snapshot, and we use history ID to track the uniqueness of that information. Okay. Term ID is used to determine what term that policy represents. So in this case, we did a quote. We're doing a quote, which will soon become a new business if everything becomes successful in the sales process, in the new business process. So that is the first term of your policy. If this is a 1 year policy, that's your first term. Come renewal, when this policy renews for the second term, then term ID will increment and become 2. Okay. Term version ID records important milestones that happen to that policy. So renewal is one important milestone. Midterm adjustments within a code. Moving code and approving that code by the underwriter or by the customer represents another milestone. So you can determine what milestones you want to you want to track. Okay, so although history ID already tracks your immutable history, but you can also say that, okay, for this particular history, I want to make sure that that's properly tracked. Okay. Transaction type. So we're doing a new business. So that's the transaction type there, and the transaction status, you're still in code status. Right. So that's the shell code created successfully. Now I am going to move to system B to show that this code I can access as well from Symphony Cubes. So let me just click on get code here. Okay. So with history or without, I can do that. So given that this is our first record creation, so there's only one record there. So even if I choose yes, I'll only see one record of that policy, okay, which I have already. Okay. Now using system B, I am now going to add a producer. Okay. So again, using the policy ID that I want to add a producer to, what particular term and what version ID I want to add, which is this one. Let me just copy that. Okay, and then you just need to put in your what producer you want to add, which is a JSON data payload. So I got that prepared here. Okay. So for the because of the nature of the demo, there's obviously a number of copy and paste that I'm doing, but in the actual system to system interaction, these information will obviously be within the system, so they can create this data payload. They can store information relevant for them to properly communicate with one another. Okay. So again, for the purpose of demo, we just created a simple structure just to show how things operate. Okay, so you can obviously expand the information for the producer. And by the way, the producer for the policy could either be your broker or your agent. Okay, in this case, it's a an agent, I believe. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. So that created that added a producer to the shell code that we created. Okay. So now if I go back to system A, I should see that producer. Okay. Sorry. Okay, and then I'm going to choose yes for the. I want to get it with the history so that I can show you. Okay, so this is the latest, which with the producer. Okay, and this is the previous one without the producer. So this is now immutable records of that policy. So if you want to add more information or change this policy, it just keeps creating versions of this policy. You can see and track all changes that are happening, and it also creates audit log so that it shows you what happened to that particular policy. So I can actually show you the audit logs as well. Okay, right. So it's there, right? So you can access it by REST API as well. Okay, so let's create a sorry, not create. Let's add uninsured. Let's add uninsured. Just want to make sure that I'm adding a unique record. Okay, so that added. So now I have a producer and I have an insured. Okay, we're big fans of Game of Thrones. If you don't, if you noticed. Okay, all right. So that added the system B, I should be able to get that response information. Okay, with three histories this time. So the original one, the one with where I added the producer, and the latest one with the producer and the insured. Okay. Right now, another thing that so we have created the APIs already, so we can properly structure and standardize the updates and changes and how you access insurance information, right? So within policy actions here, you could get a producer, get an insured, get insured object, add insured object within the code actions. You can set it to quoted, accept quote, etc., etc., and you can do midterm adjustments. You can renew, you can cancel, and everything, right? So they're all created. So instead of systems going directly to the database to do the updates, you call it via REST APIs in standard structure, and then there will be business rules and logic that will ensure that changes and updates are done properly, right? And subjected to the rules that you want each and every system to abide with. Okay, so that information is updated the right way, and there's proper quality and auditability in all updates that are happening. Okay, so that's what Symphony Cubes offers. Now, another thing I want to show you before we end this demo is I want to show you. So there's an ability here to say, for example, get producer. Okay. So another thing that we want to ensure is I don't want to burden the system of giving you information that you don't really need. Sorry. Sorry. Post. So here, I want to get producer for that particular policy. So instead of giving you the whole policy blob or quote blob, data, so I'm just giving you what you've asked for, okay, so that you can present it, and that is the only data payload that's traveling between Symphony Cubes and the system. Okay, right. So that's it, and I can show you more, but for the purpose of this demo, that's it. Thank you very much.